Many scholars have argued that comics are inherently suited to, and have indeed helped innovate, approaches to life writing that self-reflexively interrogate the act of life writing. Kate Beaton's Ducks, 2 Years in the Oil Sands, deftly exploits this tradition. Comics autobiography was key to changing the public perception of comics in North America. When Art Spiegelman's Mouse won a Pulitzer in 1992, there was finally broad acceptance of something comics creators and fans have always known. Comics can address serious topics with great artistry. The popularity and critical praise for graphic novels like Marjane Satrapi's Persepolis, released in 2004, and Alison Bechdel's Fun Home, released in 2006, similarly expanded people's appreciation of what comics are and what they can do, including things they can do that other mediums can't. In an interview with comic scholar Hilary L. Shute, Spiegelman says, quote, "Comics is the only form in which past, present, and future are simultaneously visible. Left is the past, and to its right is the future, and your perception of the present moves across it." End quote. In other words, comics are ideal for reflecting on the ways the past affects the present and vice versa, and the unpredictability of those effects, which comics creators can signpost but are always, in part, dependent on the subjective interpretation of the reader. In this symmetrically composed page from Ducks, Beaton combines specific, albeit subjective, images from her own history in the form of redrawn family photos with more symbolic settings and first-person narration to show the interconnection of personal, cultural, and political histories. The simultaneity of past and present helps us see how the history of Cape Breton impacts Beaton's decision and self-perception, both in terms of her past self and her present self's perception of her past self. This honest admission of the limits of perception engenders trust. Shute also argues that comics autobiography is especially adept at representing underrepresented perspectives, including the perspectives of women. For Shute, this is linked to the ways comics let women design images of themselves that reflect their subjectivity and resist the male gaze. Beaton's depiction of herself is sophisticatedly simplistic, specific enough to be instantly recognizable, yet universal in ways that encourage empathy, and it's never objectified, which is crucial to the comics' treatment of sexual violence. We'll discuss that more in another video. According to Shute, comics memoirs by women can, quote, "productively point to the female subject as both an object of looking and a creator of looking and sight. Further, they provoke us to think about how women are situated in particular times, spaces, and histories." Ducks is centrally concerned with the construction of gender. Narratively, Beaton confronts being a woman in an isolated, male-dominated space. Formally, she repeatedly stages the spectacle of femininity while focusing on the emotional effects of that spectacularization. The frequent close cropping of Beaton's face and the simplicity of her design of herself, which makes each carefully chosen expression line hit harder, underscores subjectivity and solicits identification. We see and feel the tension between relative innocence and experience. In some ways, Beaton's Ducks is less visually challenging than Spiegelman's Mouse or Bechdel's Fun Home, but its style exactly suits its goal, which is to represent Beaton's self and perception of herself then and now, and help us embrace the truth of her story.